Hello brothers and sisters, thank you for joining me today for my 6th episode of my Link to the Past series. This episode's probably going to have a little bit more screwing around in it than the other ones, and by that I just mean I think I have to collect a few things. I need, for example, to get the flippers and as well the ocarina, so that's going to take a little bit of time, but not too much, if I can figure out how the hell to get out of here. So I'm going to go get the ocarina first, because that will save a lot of time in the overworld movement. Ah, shit. And then I'm going to have to go get the coins. The coins for the flippers are actually pretty easy to get, because there's 600 of them in the Dark World Korakiri town, or again, however that's pronounced, I don't know. The little town in this map. There's 600 gems just sitting there. Ah, shit, I probably have to kill these guys. Normally, you could just do an item dash on the Japanese version of this game, but because I'm playing the English version, I actually have to manually pin these things down. There's a way you can run with the hammer active in the early versions of this game, and that makes it extremely convenient for getting through sections like that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. There's 600 gems in the one chest in Korakiri Town. Or, sorry, 300 gems in 2 different chests, making it very quickly... Oh my god, I'm having such a hard time talking today. It is making it very easy to collect them if you just know where they are. But first, the ocarina. That is just as important. Let's talk to this guy. He is a stump. It's kind of a sad story, this guy. He buried his flute. Give me that shovel. Perfect. Alright, so now I just need to use the mirror to get out of here. And I have to dig up his ocarina. There we go. And now we have the ocarina, so wait for him to finish his little tune, and then we'll go unlock the ocarina bird, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be. I always assumed it was just a bird of some sort. I don't know if anyone knows if it is a specific type of bird or something like that, if there's maybe more lore around that I'm just not aware of. If you do know, just let me know in the comments. This red guy is super fast. Wow, I actually took like no damage from that thing. It took a quarter of a heart, which is funny because the bees do a quarter of a heart of damage, but the game only actually registers physical damage in halves. So you actually have to take 2 full hits from the bees before it'll register on your damage meter, but you still did take it. Like, technically right now I'm sitting at, what is it, like 8 1/4 or 9 1/4, 8 1/4 hearts? 8 3/4 hearts, sorry. So if I did get hit by another bee, then I would lose another quarter of a heart, which would drop me to a half a heart. But luckily, because that's not the case, I can still use the blade beam. That was kind of a convoluted thing to explain. Okay, there we go. It's this weird thing. It has quite a large bill, so it looks kind of like a duck or something. Get out of here. I'll call you later. But for now, I need to... Ah, shit. Come on. Oh, this guy's destroying me. You're too good, man. Now, you need to... In order to get these gems, you need to kind of take a roundabout way, because you need to get over there. That block has a teleporter underneath it, and you can't lift this until you get the next power glove. But you can go around, so I find it weird that they tried to block you off there in the first place. Why did they block that path off with a dark stone that you can just walk around if you enter the Lost Woods? Throw shrubberies at you. Shrubbery best weapon. But yeah, you can just come in here, and if you loop around this way, you can enter from the other side. And that allows you to get to the portal, which is just underneath this rock. You do need to have the hammer, of course. You did need to be the first dungeon. But you could just take this and get in here. So you can just come here. Another bee. No, I lose that half a heart. Ah, a rock inside of the grass. I get my hearts back at least. And I hit that guy. Those trees are very fussy. They don't like to be smacked. But yeah, here you can get your rupees pretty simply. Dodge that. Okay, crush that guy. You can get the first one from this little house. There's 300 rubies in here. there's the 300 rupee chest in here, and then there's another one to the top right of the village. So get 300 here. Also, if you were doing a speed run for this game, you would actually just do the 4th dungeon right now because, ouch, stupid spears. Because you can just open this and get into it, and that would be like the quickest dungeon to do. But in order for safety and convenience, I'm not going to do that one now because blind is actually a pain in the ass. The boss from the 4th dungeon is actually pretty strong, so I'm going to build up as much hearts as possible. And it's just, since it's not a speed run and just a normal playthrough, I'd rather do it in the correct order. I only came here for the rupees since it's convenient to get them here instead of anywhere else. So now I need to go back to the light world to get the flippers, because you can't complete the 2nd dungeon without the flippers. So I might as well go get that done. This is what I was talking about, where there's kind of a little bit of busy work to do before I can actually get... Did I not get the mushroom? That is a funny thing. How did I forget to pick up the magic mushroom to get the powder? It's not important, but still, it's kind of a surprise that I just didn't get it. Okay, okay, that hurts. I hate these enemies so much. They're like electrified, so they screw up your dashing. If you dash into them, you get electrified. So you have to hit them with projectile weapons. Wow, I almost just ran right into that. So, let's go get the flippers. I think there's a heart piece that's relatively easy to get here, too. I know there's a little trick to how you're supposed to do it, but I just can't remember. It's right there, but there's a way you get around there. I just can't remember. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Can't remember how it's done. I find these things look really funny when you hit them and they, like, sink into the water like that. Looks really strange. I think there's, like, a waterfall you have to jump. No, this is not the right way. It is the bottom. Okay, thank you for boosting me there, but ah, shit. I always fall in the water so much here. I hated doing this during the speed run too. Alright, Zora. Now, trying to remember, how do I get down to that heart piece? I want the flippers. 500 rupees. It's pretty expensive, but you gotta do it. Thank you. So, if I'm not mistaken, I jumped down here. Maybe that was not what I was supposed to do. Maybe it was. Yes, it definitely was. Okay, so I can come over here. Here's the heart piece. Alright. It's easy to miss that, actually. I remember when I was younger and I was trying to 100% this game, I could see that heart piece over there, and it used to annoy me so much that I had no idea how to get it, but it was actually pretty easy to find. You just had to go a little bit out of your way. I actually don't need to be here anymore, so I can just... Oh, the bird won't come get me here. That's interesting. I guess I have to get out of this little place. It's weird how it changes the map like that. That's one of the few places in the game that has its own, like, transition screen. So, now I have to go to number 7. Do I have to do this first? I can't remember if I do this first or not. I know I have to let the water go, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do it before, like, right before I enter the dungeon or not. That thing is gonna hit me. There's no way. Oh, wait, I dodged it. Haha, you suck. Stupid red thing. Whatever the hell you are. Alright, so now I can just go to... There's a portal. Ah, stupid. Get out of here. Really? Why are you giving me so much trouble? Not even gonna talk about that. Garrett in the brush. But, ow. It's a really awkward run today. A lot of little things are going wrong. It's not important, but it's just awkward, embarrassing. Come on, there we go. So now I can go to Dark World. You have to watch out for that grabber, though. That thing, that orange-looking thing there, that'll steal your shield. I don't like that. Steals your goods. I'd rather keep my shield, thank you very much. You can buy another one, but it's such a waste of time. I probably have to do it on the same map. I don't think the screen transition screws it up. Yeah, I have to go back to the light world and do it again. I thought that might happen, actually. I wasn't sure, but I figured it would. So yeah, we go to Light World, and then we have to drain the water again. I don't know why it just wouldn't stay. It's like the screen transition screws it up somehow or another. Resets everything when you leave the screen, but yet it doesn't reset when you go to the Dark World. What a finicky thing. But now that that's out of the way, we can go on to the next dungeon. So this is going to be a longer video. That's what I predicted, because there's a little bit of tedium at the start, but we can actually get on with it now. So let's get into the second Dark World dungeon. This dungeon is a little bit harder than the first one, I find. But it's not too difficult. There's a lot of enemies, though. There's a lot of things around that can hurt you. So it's pretty annoying in that way. But it's not like too much of a maze. It's still a little bit of a maze, but it's not too bad. I can't, like, I don't think the boss is particularly difficult either. Oh, come on. But you see what I mean? Like, there's a lot of crap going on the screen between that fireball thing that shoots you every time you try to swing your sword, the red skeleton that jumps and then throws a bone at you. Oh, come on. I'll take the boomerang. Please take me. But yeah, there's a lot of little things all over this map that can drain your hearts. I'm actually doing pretty poorly so far. I've taken 5 damage already. Can I hurt him with this at all? Okay, that was a mistake. Thank you. Now, is that a room I can get into? Let's just see. Put that there. Push this. There's a room. Hopefully some hearts in there so I can heal up at least. This water temple is a lot easier than the one of Ocarina's Time, I'll tell you that. I never actually played much of Ocarina's Time, but my girlfriend loves that game, and I've talked to her about it, and it's pretty much a commonly known thing that the water temple in Ocarina of Time is the worst thing. Such a bad dungeon. I guess it's not bad, it's just really annoying how convoluted the mapping is. Wait for this thing to go away. Ah, just had to move at that right time, didn't you? Those things do like 2 hearts per hit. Hurts. Very painful. So, I'm gonna look around a little bit for hearts just to make sure. So I'm not too sure what's around, but anything that I can get will help. 1 heart. Well, that's awesome. I think there's a key up here. Yes. Alright. That thing making such a racket, trapped in that little spot. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I can't do this. I have to go the other way. There is a spot where you can push those, but that's not there. I have to go raise the water level first. I think this is actually a good way to do the water dungeon, because this one it's still water puzzles, but it's not as convoluted or as, like, hard to tell what exactly it is you're supposed to do. How did you take that? Ow. Alright. So can my boomerang pass through this? Yes. Push this thing, if it'll let me. And for some reason I feel like I need to pop that back down. Don't know why, but I'm gonna do that just in case. Oh, come on. Get out of it. There we go. That's what I meant to do, and I did it, but I also pressed the other button simultaneously. So now let's see if that was the right choice to pop that thing back up, or if I actually needed it to be down. I might have, because that thing is blocking me off now. Or I might have just been able to go down from the other room and not needed to do that. I'm not sure. Ouch. Come on. So there's a heart. There's a bomb. 4 more hearts. Please and thank you. Ow. Did I just walk into a spike? Ah, stupid thing. It's hard to predict how those things are going to move sometimes. They seem like they're on a pattern, but they're not always as easy as it seems. Give me a heart. Thank you. This dungeon's pretty simple. There's not really a lot of places you can get stuck if you know what this dungeon is trying to do, like what the objective is. Ouch. Knowing that you have to fall down holes is pretty important, though. Gems, gems. Okay, I did have to knock that down. Thank God I did make the right choice. I don't think I need these rupees anymore, though. And the master key. It is the master key. See, it says there, big key. This is the master key. So it is both the big key and the master key. So it turns out I wasn't wrong at all. I was just kind of thinking about it in a different way. Calling it by its other name. Well, I guess it's not really its name. It is just happens to be the master key. So, did I? Jesus Christ, these things give me so much trouble for no reason, just walking into it. Okay. Now I can go get the treasure chest and get the hook shot. Oh, come on. Why wouldn't you bounce off the bottle or skull thing? Skull jar majig. Now, hook shot. This is pretty much just like the upgraded version of the boomerang, in my opinion. It's good for grabbing things, but it also can lead you to safety, because while you're throwing out the grapple hook, you actually can't be hurt. It's a weird interaction with the game where you don't take any damage as long as you're in the grapple hook stage. So there's certain obstacles like those fireballs, for example, and later in the game you'll see these rolling, like spiky logs that you can dodge with it as well. Okay. And plus it's just safe for taking out enemies like this. Now, can I pick this thing up? There we go. Now, that's a trap. You're not supposed to go that way. It just makes it look like you are. But you're really not. Get out of the way. I actually really like the hook shot. It's such a good weapon in this game. Push you down. Now, is there a heart over here? That'd be awesome, because I'm actually pretty low. Nice. And it's still pretty good for grabbing stuff. It's not as cool for grabbing things as the boomerang. I like the boomerang for grabbing the objects that you need, but still. One item cannot do it all. But it's pretty close. You can get stuck here if you have no idea where to go to, because it doesn't appear like that. That actually doesn't show up properly on the map. Okay, so hearts, that's perfect. Need a little bit of extra life. Thank you. Now there's a... come on. It's hard to maneuver on. There's like a current that takes you downwards, so it's actually hard to swim back up. But I want to get in here because there's hearts in here. Let me in. There we go. I know there's hearts in here. Okay, now I can get my health restored for full because we're right next to the boss room. Take that. 10 arrows, I think it was. Now I just have to try and dodge these. Ah, nope. It was never meant to happen. Oh my god. How do I not have a key? What have I done wrong? And I can't hit you stupid things either. Where did I miss a key? Oh my god. What did I do? Is it actually just over here? Please just be right here. Thank you. So awkward swimming here. Oh, get back. Get there. Oh, thank you. Alright, so time for the boss. And this guy, he's just like surrounded by these little orange things that you have to grab and kill. And he throws them at you kind of like this. You just have to dodge into a corner. Pretty easy. You can get stuck though, is the thing. Like those little edges up there actually trap you a little bit. And if you had done the speedrun method, you would have the tempered sword at this point, which makes this much quicker. But it's not like this is difficult, it's just a little bit tedious. See, the stupid thing is actually blocking my hook shot. Okay, getting close. They get a little bit harder to grab at the end because they're moving around. Ouch. Should have done that. There we go. Now one more. Ah, I was hoping to grab it while I was spinning. Come here. There we go. Okay, now he just starts to fall and tries to bounce around the room. You can, the fire rod is actually really good for killing this guy. That you would get from the third dungeon, but I'm doing them in order so I don't have these benefits. The spin attack will have to do. And does quite well. So it was a little bit harder than the first boss for sure, but still not too bad. Yes, I did it again. I'm gonna try to do that every time. The crystal blends in with the water, so like almost the same color. What a weird water texture too. It almost looks like there's scales or something. Alright, another maiden saved. Well, saved in quotation marks. And escape from the clutches. That sounds like a very, very familiar story. Have you guys been like working together to choreograph your little speeches? Hidden in the Golden Land, only a select few know of its location. But at some point, that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf. Now, how? How did he figure that out? I wish there was more actual story put into this stuff. There might be, like, in some books or something like that. I heard, actually, that there is a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past manga or something of that nature. Because, again, I know my girlfriend has one for Majora's Mask, but I don't think she has the one for A Link to the Past. So maybe I should get my hands on that and it would explain some of this stuff. That'd be pretty cool to know because I love this game, so I'd like to know more about the lore. But thanks very much for watching, guys. That was a much longer video than the other ones, I'm pretty sure. But thanks for sticking through it and have a nice day.